Frenkie De Jong transfer stains. He has really gone ahead to issue a very strong message ahead of the summer transfer window. Welcome to United Matters channel, as Erik ten Hag is excited by the return of Eriksen and what Rashford is doing on the field of play. Welcome to this channel. Rokan David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Guys, continue to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit 12,000 subscribers before the end of this month, and as you know, this month is left with now 13 days. Guys, continue subscribing. We want to hit 12,000 subscribers. So it's always nice having you onto this channel because you guys make us move, and I really like to go ahead and really put in more and more effort to really bring you stories. That's why you see to it that most nowadays we are trying to bring you close to 4 stories on a daily, and I think we are trying our level best to really find ourselves in good books of really giving you the best of information that you guys deserve. Now today, I've seen Spurs. You know, if Spurs won today, they would have gone ahead to be 2 points ahead of Manchester United to be in the 3rd position, but they've gone ahead and bottled it up on Southampton because Southampton have gone ahead to beat them. Sorry, they've drawn by how many goals? It was 3-3. It was a very good game. In the last 15 minutes, Spurs was 3 goals up, and now Spurs leveled, and it was a penalty of James Ward-Prowse that really gave them that. And now Spurs have played 2 more games than Manchester United. They have 28 points, and they've played 28 games and they have 49 points. United have 50 points, and we've played 26. We've played 26 games and we are having 50 points. So if God blesses us and win our 2 games that we have in hand ahead of Spurs, we are going to be 7 points ahead of Spurs. And Newcastle is having 26 games played with 47 points, 3 points ahead of Newcastle. That means if at all we can go ahead and really beat them on the 2nd of April, then we can stretch the lead to 6. Liverpool also have 26 games played, and they're having 42 points, meaning that we are 8 points ahead of Liverpool, and we are level at the same number of games played. So as it stands, it is really looking rosy for United. All what we have to do is that to go in and really win those games. But let's do some Frenkie De Jong in here for you, a story that has always to surface, because Erik ten Hag is so much obsessed with the player called Frenkie De Jong. Now Frenkie De Jong, while talking to TV3, he told them that I hope I will play at the new camp. Barcelona is the club of my dreams, so I plan to stay for many years. It looks good, like it's going to be nice. The plans for the stadium are very good. And then he said, for me, the Camp Nou is the most beautiful stadium in the world because of the history, but also because it's very open from the above. It's very big and the ambience is beautiful. I visited it when I was young. I visited when I was younger, and it was very special. Now, when you look at all that information that Frenkie De Jong has gone ahead to issue, it goes down to our transfer plan. To me, I think it should be altered. It should be altered and changed. You know, however much Ten Hag is obsessed with Frenkie De Jong, let him admit that the player doesn't want to come to the club. Or maybe last summer he wanted to come, but because of the deferred wages that Barcelona couldn't really meet, he stayed. And right now, he's being played into the position of his interest. And you know that position, a central defensive midfielder, because Busquets is looking like he doesn't want to renew his contract or extend his contract or his stay at Barcelona. Frenkie De Jong sees this as an opportunity to stay at Barcelona and taking over or becoming the replacement of Sergio Busquets, and that is his dream. This boy was seen donned in the jersey of Barcelona at the age of 3, 4, 5. He has been a supporter of Barcelona ever since then. So I think this should be a wake-up call to Manchester United, that we should find ourselves in a position of really getting in another player to think about. Let's think about Yuri Tielemans. Let's think about Zubimendi. Let's think about Moise Caicedo. let's think about other midfielders in the world. There are very many talented midfielders. If at all it's Lavia, let's go in for Lavia. That Romeo Lavia, I've seen him play against Tottenham Hotspur today. He's really a talent. That boy is really good. The teenager, 19 years of age, but he's really good. And if at all you can get him in, that will be a very good signing for Manchester United. So to me, I think it's high time we really decided that Frenkie De Jong should be let to go. Unless otherwise, Barcelona come out and tell us that we are selling Frenkie De Jong and obviously go in for him, of which I believe they've got another player to sell. Why? For them to bring in players, they have to go out and really sell. And every amount of money they raise, they should only spend 40%. That was confirmed to us by Tobias, the president of the La Liga, and Joan Laporte, the president of Barcelona, talked about them signing close to 3 players. But if at all they are to sign, they are to sell. And recently, if at all you follow my channel as Rokani Media Football, I brought you a story that was really breaking and shocking, that Marco Asensio has decided to join Barcelona from Real Madrid as a free agent. So that means if Asensio comes in through, that means they're not going to be selling in Frenkie De Jong. Why? They'll be having 2 players or 3 players playing onto the right forward. That is Marc Asensio, Ousmane Dembele, and Rafinha. And when you look at Rafinha, there are already offers for him from Arsenal. In the January transfer window, Arsenal made an offer of 70 million euros and Barcelona turned it down. But if at all that offer comes in through in the summer, when they've gotten Marco Asensio, I think it will all go down in history that Arsenal have really gotten their man that snubbed them when he was at Leeds and said, I'm not coming to your team, I want to go to Barcelona. And obviously that deal came in through and obviously the player fled to Barcelona. So I think there is no chance of us getting Frenkie De Jong. That's it. I think the only way is when Barcelona finds itself in not being able to register him. That's it. But if at all they can register him and keep him, they are going to really have him. Because where are they going to get the money to sign a CDM of the quality of Frenkie De Jong or a replacement of Sergio Busquets? So I even saw another story that United now going for Frank Casey. I don't think that Casey is nowhere near even Sabitzer. So I think we can't go in for a player like Frank Casey. So let's go in for other midfielders, guys. Let's go in for other midfielders. And I appreciate Erik ten Hag. I love him a lot. But on this, I don't want us to see us lagging on signing the players that would have been with us on the preseason, because we are chasing a single player and it's taking long. The L game, I'm fed up of it. Let's go in for players who really want to play for the club. That's it. And at least if at all Ten Hag wants in 5 players, let us go to the preseason is having 3 out of those 5. That's it. So to me, I think that should be the case for United and Frenkie De Jong. I think it's high time we gotten off that man. Now, Erik ten Hag is another excited man about Eriksen, and he told us the following about Eriksen, that he's about to return. He said, I don't think Eriksen will be ready for Sunday, that is against Fulham in the FA Cup, but he will be ready in April. He's on his way back and we are happy about that. He's a class player that we need. I can't wait to have him back. So that statement, I can't wait to have him back, just shows you how excited Erik ten Hag is to really welcome back Eriksen. Because if you're having Eriksen, it's really going to get us more options, especially if you're having him in. I think what is running down the memory lane of Erik ten Hag is simple. I think he's contemplating on playing Eriksen, Sabitzer, and Bruno Fernandes alongside Casemiro. He can play those 4 in one team. And after tomorrow's game, I think on Monday I'll come up with that system. How Erik ten Hag can play those 4 players in the same team. You get? Because we've seen him trying to really switch Bruno to the wings. But if I told you are switching Bruno to the wings, you must be having a player playing the double pivot that's really good and another central attack midfielder. Now, whoever he plays alongside Casemiro on Sabitzer and Eriksen, it's okay. And whoever plays in the central attack midfield position where Bruno is supposed to be playing, and when it's taken wide, right or left, I think it's okay for us because it's really a very good venture for the manager of Manchester United, Erik ten Hag. But he's so much excited about the return of Eriksen, and I understand why. When you look at the stats of Eriksen, before he really got an injury, you get, he had scored, let me see his stats here. Eriksen had 7 assists in the Premier League, and he had 1 goal. He had 2 assists in the UEFA Europa League. So he had close to 11 assists by the time he found himself injured. So we missed out on a player like him. You know, having a midfielder who does that and spare some time to also do the needful and really score, it's really extraordinary. It shows you that maybe our game in the offensive area has been affected because of the absentia of Eriksen. And I think he's so much excited about this because he knows that after the international break, he's going to find himself in a position of having Martial back, Eriksen back. You get, what a boost if at all you're having Anton Martial back, Eriksen back, and many other players. So it shows you that excitement has to be killing this manager, because he complained that he has only had his full squad for only 1 game against Man City, and injuries have turned into injuries. So you know the reason why Ten Hag is excited about the return of Eriksen, because he's a classy player, and by the time he returns, we would have been left with how many games? I think we played 26 games in the Premier League, right? 26, 12 to go in the Premier League. Then, if we knock out Fulham tomorrow, we'll be in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and we'll be having 2 games to play against Sevilla. So I think the excitement is known, and with the number of games you're having after the international break, you wouldn't be excited to be having Eriksen back, because that midfield is going to be strong and stronger, because Casemiro is going to play we are going to play 3 games, minus that we are playing tomorrow when he's not available. And if we're having Eriksen, at least you understand that we can go ahead and really try to win the midfield battles and capitalize onto his brilliancy onto the ball. That is Christian Eriksen. That is Erik ten Hag for you. And he's not only excited about Eriksen returning, but also he has gone ahead and really given Rashford his flowers. He told us that Rashford has improved during the season. The way he plays gives him a base, and he brings his qualities, his attitude and his mentality, which allows him to improve and score a lot of goals and win us a lot of games. So as it stands, Rashford, he's really hot. He's a player who is making the impossible possible. That's it. So, to me, I'm 100% sure that Rashford is going to hit 40 goals this season. 27 goals so far. He's left with close to 20 games to play this season. So I think he can get close to 14 more goals in the season. And even if we get knocked out of the FA Cup and the UEFA Europa League, I think if at all he's playing 1 game per week in the Premier League, he'll find himself in a proper position of really being fresh and score in more goals for the club of Manchester United. So that is Erik ten Hag, excited about the return of Eriksen and Rashford. So guys, welcome. Thank you for watching. Smash the like button, comment and share your reactions to De Jong transfer stains are welcome into the comment section below. What are your thoughts about Eriksen's return? Not on Sunday, but by the time we return from the international break, Eriksen will be ready to be unleashed again by the manager of Erik ten Hag. And lastly, what are your reservations onto Erik ten Hag going ahead to give Rashford his props, as far as his form has really turned out and grown so much into the season ever since return from the World Cup? Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David remains my name. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. First video of the day. I won't promise a live today. What we are going to do is we are going to come out and record 2 more videos. Then I think tomorrow, you know how we do it. Match day live, you know how we do it. Bring you the confirmed team news. That's when you're going to be live. I'm out.